this is set, and specifically we are going to talk about a Venn diagram. So the logical reason behind a Venn diagram. Now, before you even get into solving any questions that relate to a Venn diagram, you must know the meaning of what a set means, right? So a set is very, very important. That's the basic idea in getting a better understanding of what a Venn diagram. Now, you see this beautiful thing here. I mean, this is a drink, right? So this is a drink. I don't know the name. If I get that correct, is it pipe or people? So something like that. So I don't know which one is the correct now. Now, a quick disclaimer here is that we are not advertising for any company here, right? Any item that we are going to use in this video is purposely for understanding purpose, right? Okay. Now, what is a set? So talking about a set here, now this is what mathematically, this is what some of us we know. The notation here, this is what we call a Kelvin bracket, and so on and so forth, using capital letters to represent the whole set. But what does it mean? So looking at this box here, this is the box. How you see the same product here? So this is a box, right? So you may call it a box that contains these items inside. So these items here are all inside of this particular box. Now, this box here can be a set. So let's assume this is a set, right? So the whole box here is a set. Now you can see the picture here that a set is a something or any item that we can put another things inside. Is that okay? So any material that contains some items. So this item can be placed. I can also put this thing inside. So a set is like a box here that you can put things inside. So mathematically, this is how we write it. So we are using this Kelvin bracket here to represent the box, meaning that this box here can contain something inside, right? So now if what I put inside, so because of the name of the product here is people or pipe, so we are using small letter P to represent the item inside, so meaning that only one item is inside of the set here. So remember the name of the set here, because it's a box that contains something, you always use a capital letter, right? So sometimes it can be a different word letter, but basically mostly it is a capital letter. You cannot use a small letter to represent the name of it. This is not accepted, right? So that is the definitions of the set. Now, having that idea in mind, what will happen if I have another set here? So if you have another set here, so this is another item here, so right, so this is another box here. Is that okay? So this is another box that contains some items inside. You can see, right? So which one is the set here? The set is the box. So things that are inside are what we are calling the members, right? So how many people are inside? So consider that this is just one, and then this will be 2, 3, and then 4. So let's name this set here capital B, right? So capital B, just to differentiate. And then how many items are inside? This is a battery, right? So this is some small batteries here. So let's use the small b. Have you seen the members or the things, the items that are inside the box are what we are calling the members here. So let's say small b, so b1, and then you have b2. Why b1, b2? Because the items are the same. Is that okay? So we are calling this one b1, b2, b3, and then b4. So b3 and what? b4. Is that okay? So now these are two different sets that we have. Is that okay? Very, very simple to understand, right? Now let's dive into more understanding here. Now, assuming I remove everything from this box here, right? So let's take everything out from this box. Is that okay? So this is a set, right? So this is what a set with how many members that are inside. So there's nothing inside this box, right? Even though we can put things inside, there's nothing. So this set is what we are calling what, let's name this one C and what, empty set, right? So like this or we use this notation to represent the empty set. Is that okay? Now if I pick another thing here, so this is something like a toothpick, right? So if you don't know a toothpick, or maybe if you know a toothpick, let me know, let me hear from you in the comment section below. I will say this is another box or a set here that contains some items inside, right? So that contains some items inside. Now this is another set. what will happen if you have put this set, this one here, inside this? Is that okay? So it means that there's a set inside another set, right? So there's a box inside another box, right? Okay, that is very simple. Even though the first set is what, an empty set, this is what, an empty set, right? So we have another thing that is inside the set, meaning that a set can contain what, another set what, inside. Right, so pay very close attention to that. So there's difference between that. Now, if I unbox this thing, this particular thing, let's say this is an empty set, right? Now you can see that this thing, there's nothing inside. So I place this one inside this set, right? So empty set in another empty set, right? So we place this empty set inside, meaning that the first set here, the first box here, which is the bigger one here, right? So the bigger one is this portion. Is that okay? This portion here is not empty, right? Even though it contains another box inside here, this one is not empty set, right? This and this, there's a difference between that. This one has only one member inside, which is another set here, right? So another box inside this one. Is that okay? So this is just the basic thing you must understand in order to solve anything that relates to what, a Venn diagram. So now bringing that to the 3 set problem is that now what will happen if you have 3 different sets. Now if I use the technical name of the set here, you usually get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is one set, this is another set, and then this is another set here. Now the whole question here goes down to, why have you overlapped them in this way? Is that okay? Why? The whole question is what? Why? The whole reason why we overlap these things is that we want to avoid counting some people 2 times, right? So what I mean by some people, let's call this the first one, the black and white box here, A. So assuming this is our box here, right? So this is the A, and then let's call the second one, this guy here, B, right? So this guy is a B. Now since all of them are set, meaning that we can put something inside, some people can sleep inside, even bringing that all far to like being considered said to be a room is accepted, right? So because in the room we can put things inside the room, even human beings can also sleep inside the room. Okay, now this is the first one, right? So this is the first set, and then this is the second set. So we are calling this one A, and then we are calling this one B. The reason why A and B here is that it cannot always limit to this thing. It can be anything that you can think of, right? So that is why we are using letters to represent that. Okay, perfect. Now if you have placed something, right, let's use this toothpick here, right? So this is a toothpick. You can place this inside the first set, right? So this guy, when we are counting right now, we can count that this guy contains what, 1 member, right? So this guy contains, so if you put that inside this thing, meaning that this guy, how many people are inside this box here? So if you know this particular one, the black and white here, so that is the A. So how many people in all, how many people are inside the black? Why don't you comment, pause a second and comment this answer in the comment section below, right? So now naming this guy here, you see this small one here inside the B set here, what it means is that if you want to count correctly, we can see that this one here is inside this, at the same time it is inside the second one. Can you see? So meaning that you are enjoying, you are very enjoying, even though you are in your room. They put the whole room inside another room, so this should be an apartment, right? So you put everything inside this, so you are here at the same time you are in this, right? So that is why we overlap. So here the A and the B here, this portion is just going to be the intersection. That is the 1, right? So only 1 person is there. If you put another one, that will be 2, another one, that will be 3, and so on and so forth, right? So now logically, which side are we going to shift? What do you think will be here? This is what we assume to be the intersections of all the 3. So meaning that this guy here can be found in 3 different sets. That is where if, by the way, if you are gaining some value from this video, why don't you subscribe, so that we give you the better understanding of what a 3 set means, and exactly where to shade and how to overcome any challenges that relate to a Venn diagram and a set issue. So let's go down to this symbol here. So this guy here is the what you normally know to be the union. The union means everybody should come together. Let's all of us should be united, right? So let's everybody be united. So that is the key to success. Once you are united, you can easily achieve anything. Mathematically, so Meaning if I have this set here which contains how many people? 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then I pick the second set. So this guy here, so contain maybe, let's say these are 20 people, right? So 20 people. If you join everybody together like this, right? So if you join everybody together like this, counting all of them is going to be what? The union. Exactly. So assuming this is 20 and then this is 4, the union is going to be what? 24, right? Everybody will be what? 24. Is that okay? Is that okay? So meaning that if you add everybody in all the 3 sets here, I must get what? 24 people, right?